Good afternoon and welcome to session 2 of day 1. Alright, this morning we had our introduction to intensity and we're going to take that a step further. This morning we did high intensity interval training, right? We did the Dr. Tabata set at 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We interchanged 2 exercises. There was a list that Matt provided for you to choose from. But for this sake of, for example, I am going to use the push-up and the lunge just like in that video. Alright, what we're going to go over today is the air squat. But first, let's take a few steps back and talk about intensity. What is intensity and how does it work? Intensity, also known as difficulty. Of course, we get to choose how intense we want something. It's all relative to a time domain, how fast we're going, how slow we're going, how much load or resistance we have on us, which exercise we're using, etc. So when we think about 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off with those 2 exercises, which one was more intense? I bet one of them felt more intense than the other, and that's just because of the muscles used. In this example, this afternoon, we're using the bodyweight squat. We have muscle fibers, we have a whole bunch of muscle fibers, all right? We got the slow ones, we got the fast ones, and then right there in the middle, we got some intermediates that can be trained to be either faster or work with the slow twitch. The slow ones, they can last forever. They can endure, but they're not very strong. All right. Next one's up, intermediates, much stronger. Okay, much stronger. They can endure a little bit, and they can be fast and strong. They're there as kind of a support role, and they can be trained to be either or. Then you got that fast twitch ones. All right, the fast twitch, usually in the case of an emergency or survival kind of instinctual situation, that's when they're going to be recruited. That's when they're going to get fired up and work, and our brain is going to pick which ones for which exercise, which duration, etc. This morning, if those push-ups felt harder, you used a different type of muscle fibers. You may have started using the slow because it wasn't so hard, and as it got harder, as you built up fatigue, as the Tabata set is made to do, you started recruiting others. All right, and your brain continuously made adjustments to those. What we're going to do this afternoon in that bodyweight squat, we're going to do it really slow. It's going to seem really easy because it's just our body weight. All right, we're going to aim for 10 to 15 seconds down. Reverse, no momentum, 10 to 15 seconds up. No momentum, reverse, down, up, down, until we reach momentary muscle failure. We're going to bring the fight. We're going to recruit all, we're going to recruit the muscle fibers sequentially. From slow at first to intermediate, that's when the panic sets in. All right, you'll feel a little bit of burning. You kind of want to stop. It might be where you're used to stopping. From there, we're bringing the fight right up to the fast twitch. The fast twitch ones, they'll kick in. That's where panic might want to set in. All right, this is where momentary muscle failure happens. We're going to keep a nice smile on our face. We're going to fight through it. All right, we're going to try to aim for 45 to 90 seconds. If we get in that window of opportunity and we reach momentary muscle failure, that is where we're going to stimulate the entire system. That's where intensity is at its max. And next week, when you do this again or after a long bit of recovery, okay, you will not want to feel that way again, as in your body. You gave it such a stimulus that it must recover when it adapts. It forces that adaptation to that. It doesn't want to feel threatened again. As I mentioned earlier yesterday, movement is our most biologically preserved function. All right? When that movement feels threatened, when the body senses, oh, I could not move right, momentary muscle failure, never wants to feel that way again. Later on, after recovering, let's say you do the same thing. The same thing, you'll be able to do it for more time and or more load at a similar time, okay? And if you weren't recovered, maybe you get to less time, and that'll be the key. So this is a minimum dose for max strength results. And that's something we all can do right here at our house. So let's give it a go. What you'll need: something on the ground if you like a barrier, a nice sturdy chair. As we do not have a spotter here, it's all right. The force is so low because the load is so low. It's just our body weight. We'll go on from there. We'll use the chair as our spotter if we need it. I'm going to give you a quick little warm-up. Follow along. We'll talk afterwards. First up in our warm-up, our little dynamic warm-up here, we're going to just do simple high knee. We're going to reach down. We're going to guide our knee up into our chest. Toes will be up to the knee. And we're going to reverse. Make sure you got a sure footing. In fact, kind of paw the ground a little bit so that your balance is up. Toes are up, knees up, guide into your chest, making sure the rear glute is firing your hips forward to give you the balance. All right. Too easy, too easy. Make sure you get that grip each time on the foot. All right, shake it out. Nice and slow and controlled. Now we're just gonna add some rotation in there. Make sure we got that grip, slight little knee bend, glutes fired forward, keeping your hips forward. All right, we're gonna reach down, guide the knee to the left, ankle into the midsection. Add a little bit of rotation. All right. We're getting into the hips today because we're doing the squat. And that's key to any sort of warm-up. Specifically, get your system firing for what you're going to be doing. Today, it's going to be a little bit of high-intensity training. Super slow protocol to momentary muscle failure. It's actually quite simpler than it sounds, and you'll feel it. I'll warn you, it is going to sneak up on you. So hey, let's get this chair the way we're going to use it at first in our warm-up. If we need it, we got the base of the chair. We're going to do some rear lunges into a rear curtsy lunge to get further into the hip rotation. All right, so I got here, if I need it, I'm going to reach back just like Matt did this morning. He was going forward, we're going backwards right now. Can go through about 6 of these. Each time, glute firing hips forward, foot, knee right over toes. We don't need them out of there. Matt described this pretty awesomely this morning. There we go. Next up is the lunge with the curtsy. Curtsy's pretty simple. There we go. All right, let's see this. Zoop. Let me change the angle so you can see a little better. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Hey, next up. Let's add a little rhythm to this. All right, let's add a little flow to it. We're gonna inhale up, exhale down. I'll meet you down on the ground. Follow along. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. On the next exhale, falling towards the ground. Into the front leading rest. Inchworm style, nice and slow. Till we're in the front leading rest position. From here, hips up to the sky. Walk the hands back up towards the feet. We're gonna get flat-footed, our weight over our heels. Take a nice deep breath in. We're coming up. Nice little clap. Give me 2 more of those. Nice and slow and controlled. We're here. Hips to the sky. Dropping heels to the ground. All right, this might have felt, this feels familiar, doesn't it? Here we go. Nice deep breath into diaphragm. Got 1 more of those. Hips to the sky. Hands come up, back up to feet. All right. All right, we got the heart rate up. We got into our hips. Let's go over squat technique. All right, this will be part of our specific warm-up. All right, we just did the general. Now we're going to do the specific. We're going to turn this chair around where we can sit on it. Okay? From here, I want you to sit right on the edge of the chair. Right on the edge of the chair. Your feet are going to be underneath your knees, where your heels can be on the ground. All right, so I can force it, but I don't need to. Okay? In that case, I'm going to widen my stance just a little bit till my heels naturally want to rest on the floor. All right? Your knees aren't over your toes. In front of your toes, directly over the center of your foot. All right, let's lift our toes up, grip the ground. That's palm. All right? So from here, what I want to see in the squat, we want to activate the glutes. Hands on the glutes, right on the side. I just want you to hinge at the hip a little bit until your weight is more on your feet. All right? So I started here. I'm now here. I want you to go far forward where you feel your glutes engage. All right? I'm nice and straight up, 90 degrees at the hips. All right? I just want you to do that about maybe 4 to 6 times. Here we go. Feeling these bad boys engage each time. All right? All right? Maybe you need to make some adjustments to your feet. All right? Because our intention will be to stand. All right? I want to add one more thing to that. I want to take this space here all the way to here, and I want to tighten it up. I want to crunch it off. In fact, I'm not like this. I want to crunch it off. Now I'm going to lean forward just slightly so my glutes engage. Hands can come forward off the glutes, and you can naturally stand. All right, now we're going to go opposite. We're going to do 4 to 6 of those. We're going to hinge at the hip first. If you need the hands on the glutes, that's cool. You were standing, crunch the space off, hinge at the hips, hands on the glutes till they fire. There it is, they're firing, now I'm going down. Hands come in front. Notice my torso stays the same until I momentarily touch down to the ground. All right, momentarily touch down to the ground without hyperextending my back, my lower back, my torso stays in the same shape, and that's important. All right, so as I went over before, in this momentary muscle failure, single set to failure exercise, we're not going to be at a lockout of the knees. So let's flip this chair around and we'll get into the main set. All right, you're going to see me go to failure. You're going to see me bring the fight. You're going to see me with a smile on my face as I do this. No cringing, none of that. This is my decision. I'm going to bring it today because I can. Let's get after it. I'm going to flip this thing around. All right. In fact, I'm going to put it, let's see, can we see exactly what's going on? Both cameras? All right. I think so. All right. Single squat. All right. Single set to failure. I got this. You got this. Let's get it going. Your foot stance is going to be the same as it was in the chair. That's why we did that. To get specific, where our stance is, how that's going to work, how we know these bad boys are engaged. All right? Let me get my watch going here. This way I know exactly how long it took me to go to momentary failure. Okay? If I'm failing on the way up, I simply need to reverse at the same pace and go back down. Reverse. Try to come back up again. You'll probably be lower. At that point is where the fight needs to be brought. You need to bring it at that point. Put a smile on your face. Fight it until you can't. When you can't, use the chair. Stand up. Walk it out. It's going to be real important. All right? This bad boy is going to start. When I hit go, I'm going to be in this position. Eighth to a quarter squat position. These are engaged. All right? And I'm going to drop. And I'm going to drop way slower than you normally do with weights. Okay? Let's hit it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not locked out knees. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. I won't be able to talk for much longer. Same pace. Be disciplined. Put a smile on your face and breathe through it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3. It's like watching paint dry. Hey, this is the intensity. Doesn't need to be pretty. You need to be good form. You need to bring the fight. Reverse it. All right, here we go. Yep. 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 Find it. Where is it? Right up. Yep. All right. Ooh, all right, there it is. There it is. Momentary. Whew, muscle failure. I need to move around here. I need to get my breath back. All right, move it around. Move it around. All right, it's about 2:20. 2 minutes 20 with no weight. It's momentary failure. All right, I feel it. I feel it. My most preserved biological function of movement was brought full threat. Full threat in that. Felt threatened. It doesn't want to feel that way again. Yep, all right, so next time I can add some weight. Or next time I go for longer. Or next time I can slow down. All right? My body doesn't want to feel that again. And that's why it's going to force the adaptation. What we just did, yes, with this one exercise, we just elevated. We just brought the biggest stimulus we could in the most minimum amount of time. It's a minimum dose for max strength results or max stimulus. All right, now we got to recover. All right, you get some experts guiding you over the next couple days for that recovery, mindfulness, breath work. You come back at this in about a week or so, anywhere from 5 to 10 days from now, I guarantee you will be able to progress it and or do the same exact thing and it feel much easier. All right, just felt threatened. We will force that adaptation because we will bring the fight to everything we do. All right, hey. From there, we're going to switch on and do some core work. Core work's pretty simple. All right? We're going to end up on the ground, follow along. We're going to do some max contractions for 10 seconds. All right? Follow along. Oh, legs are burning. Yep, there we go. We're going to be on the ground here. First up, we got to shorten this space as much as we can. All right? Right here, I got a big gap underneath this. We want to shut it down. Shorten this space, crunch it. All right. So from here, I want my shoulders underneath me. My arms will be overhead. All right. My palms will be facing each other. Elbows locked out. To right at the limit where the shape in your torso needs to change. From here, foot will come out. All right. The next foot will come to meet it, and we're going to contract for 10 seconds. Ready? Woo, all right, all right, all right. 10 seconds there. I'm going to shake it out as I feel fit. Get about 40 to 50 seconds. And I'm going to do it again. All right. If we need to kind of regress this, our feet could be up at 90 degrees, toes pointed away from you, then drop your knees just a little bit. Keeping the same shape in the torso. Shoulders behind us and back. And this will be the position. in that, of course, you could alternate nice and slowly during those 10 seconds, but I would recommend trying to stay static in this position. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, we're going to do 4 to 6 of those. We're going to do some breath work. We're going to cool down. We're going to relax. Maybe legs up on wall. Do some breathing exercises. And after this, we're going to need some fuel. All right? So, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do something very similar. Just won't be squat related. All right. Hey, it was good working with you. Day 1. We'll see Elizabeth next, so that's pretty cool. Can't wait for that session. Signing off. I'll see you later.